Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wrestling fans around the world, I would like to personally welcome you to episode episode 30 of the greatest wrestling podcast in the tri state area, the Hot Tag Podcast. Listen, we 30 episodes in, all right? So you already know the deal. It's the podcast we talk about anything and everything pro wrestling. Of course, as always, I am one of your hosts, Rashaad, the other half of your host, my tag team partner in crime, my brother, Justin. Justin, what's good with you, bro?
What's up, bro? Hey, what's up, hot tag people?
Hey,
We're
man.
officially down the last stop of the road to WrestleMania. We're past that, and there's nothing left but WrestleMania. We now
Hey,
know
man.
what our main events is going to be looking like. Time to fill out the rest of the show. But before we get into Chamber, I wanted to show some quick appreciation for a guy that is one of the GOATs, one of the greatest to ever lace up a pair of boots and step inside a wrestling ring. And I'm talking about AJ Styles. We all know AJ Styles recently retired on Monday Night Raw this past week, and they had the tribute show. And I just had to come on here and say something, because how most people felt about John Cena retiring is how I feel about AJ Styles. AJ Styles is a guy that strengthened my love for pro wrestling. Once a lot of my favorites left or weren't doing much at the time, I could go to TNA and see AJ Styles. AJ Styles is a man whose career spans almost 30 years. He started wrestling in 98. Across multiple companies, WCW, TNA, Indies, Ring of Honor, all the way up to the WWE. He's one of the people responsible for the style that we all see now performed by wrestlers like Seth Rollins, like Will Ospreay, like Javon Evans. You can go back to AJ Styles as the root of that in the King of the Indies tournament in 2001, in the X Division with Frankie Kazarian, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, Amazing Red, in Ring of Honor with CM Punk, Samoa Joe, and just he's been there, done that everywhere. He's won championships everywhere. Always well respected. Always talked highly about by everybody around him who's ever came in contact with him. Yeah, I cannot say enough great things about AJ Styles and how much he means to wrestling, period. His run in 2016, something all the way to 2026, is something I never thought I'd see. And the fact that I got to see it and see it for 10 years with him at the highest level, wrestling some people I never thought I'd see him wrestle inside a WWE ring. So, yeah, just all love to the phenomenal AJ Styles, one of the greatest careers ever. Will be missed. But yeah, and WWE did the tribute show. I felt like they did it well. They brought in a lot of people from his present and past, even some people that don't work in the WWE. And at the end of the night, my boy was inducted into the, or announced to be inducted into the 2026 WWE Hall of Fame by The Undertaker. This is a great moment and well deserved.
Hey man, shout out Uncle Allen for being the next person to be inducted into the 2026 WWE Hall of Fame. So now we got AJ and we got Stephanie.
Yeah, those
So
are the first two.
those are the two names. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie, that class looking stacked already just by those two names. You feel me? So, but shout out AJ, man. Obviously, I started watching him in TNA. Like he's always been one of my favorite wrestlers to watch. Uh, I'm not really hip on the New Japan days, but I have seen clips. I've seen a few matches. But I was mainly following him in TNA. You feel me? When
Yeah, I
AJ
forgot
with
to
the
even mention
shortcut.
the New Japan stuff. Like that's how
You feel me?
much he's been literally everywhere, anywhere you can think he's wrestled and been
Yeah, yeah.
successful at. Like any company, any time period. Maybe not so much WCW because he came in on the tail end of that, but everywhere else, literally everywhere else.
Yeah, man. He's one of those generational talents. Like you really don't see many people like him that has the ability and the skill to do what he's done for a long time. So you feel me? Shout out to AJ, aka Uncle Allen, um, for just his contribution to pro wrestling
Yeah,
itself. You feel me? Um, Amen. And he did sign a new contract with WWE part time to help develop the next and upcoming stars. You feel
yeah.
me? Work a little production, but hey man, AJ's fit to be a trainer. He's finna train the next level of superstars.
And if you listen to AJ Styles talk, you could kind of tell this was something he would want to do when he retired because he's always spoke about bringing up the young guys and wanting to mold the next generation after him. Uh, so him being able to stick around in what may be like an NXT level training is going to be so beneficial for those young guys down there just to be able to learn from a guy that's been able to say he's done it all. Any aspect of the game, from opening to closing the show, from wrestling in front of 50 people to wrestling in front of 50,000, anything, he has it. That's the guy that has
Yeah,
it. So
absolutely.
yeah, that's big, and I'm glad to see that.
For real, man. Hey man. I'm excited for him. Shout out AJ. Um,
But we can move on from that into our Elimination Chamber 2026 review. Um, this show had a lot of mixed feelings. Uh, for what I've seen, I have my own personal feelings on the show, but
mhm.
I would like to know yours. How did you feel about the Elimination Chamber this year?
um, Honestly, I think this is probably one of the best elimination chambers in a little minute, in my eyes. We only had 4 matches. Those 4 matches got time. You allowed the wrestlers to go out there and work. And what happens when you allow wrestlers to go out there and work? They put on hell of a matches, hella matches. However you want to say it. They go out there, they bust their ass, and they do the damn thing. And I was excited. First of all, I was excited off rip that it was only 4 matches, but two, I enjoyed it. Like it wasn't like a. oh, like when this is gonna be over? Like I'm tired. Da, da, da. Like it was like, oh, okay. All right, are we getting there? Okay, all right.
Hold on though. Are you saying I don't know how I feel about this thing that WWE can only have 4 matches on the card for matches to get tied?
No,
Because
but I thought the four matches they had filled out the card great. I feel like they didn't need to have another match there.
okay, yeah.
Is what
No,
I'm
no,
saying. Like,
I can agree with that. I mean, when we see like, and I don't always like to compare them, but there are places, I won't even say a name, that can hold multiple matches in the show, but give that show each match in the show time.
yeah, that's yeah, and that's fine. But I was saying more so like, you feel me? They didn't need like filler matches. They didn't need like matches that didn't like this was a card that was set. It had substance, and if it rounded out very well. Like they went out there and they worked. You feel me? Like even if it was more matches, I obviously of course the PLE you're gonna get more time, but I felt like this was a perfect. I don't. Perfect is this was a 9 out of 10
Yeah, I was
card for
about to
me.
say perfect.
This was a 9 out of 10 card for me.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10 because from start to finish, I was I was like locked in. I you had my attention. I gravitated right towards the show. Like there wasn't a dull moment in a sense in terms of matches that I was just like, ugh. You feel me? In terms of matches,
Nine
I
out
feel
of
like
ten
this is
show though.
this yeah this was and yes, you're probably like hell no, but like for me personally, like you know I'm the one where I feel like I got ADHD, so like my attention span is very very small. It's like unless I'm like watching it with other people, I'm watching on like a TV or something, it's very small. I was able to like fully really lock in on the show, and like I was there. So that's why it's a 9 and 10 for me. Because it wasn't BS.
Your rating is your rating. How you feel about the show is how you feel about the show. I can't tell you that. I I do think 9 out of 10 is a little high, but we'll get into it, and I'll get your point of view and why you feel that way. We can break it down.
I
So,
mean, take it away. How you feel?
I mean, we'll start with the first match on the card. We'll start with the women's elimination chamber. Rhea Ripley, Tiffany Stratton, Kiana James, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and help me out here. I'm drawing a blank.
Uh, and Raquel Rodriguez.
Sorry, we forgot Raquel. Yeah, those 6 participants. I thought this was a good opener to the show.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I felt
Absolutely
like
agree.
the women went out there and set the tone. I like Raquel's performance. Felt like she looked really good. I felt like Tiffany looked really good in this match. Kiana James. Yeah, I really like this match to open the show.
I did too. I think each woman got their bars off. I think they had their moments. I felt like this match, you kind of was like, oh well, she's obviously going to win this, but then it was like, oh well, maybe she's not. Like I feel like it was a lot of like ups and downs in this moment, and I feel like the women were able to storytell in the chamber like beautifully in my eyes. I think they put on a hell of a match. Like I wouldn't I honestly, and this may sound crazy, but honestly no, it don't sound crazy. I wouldn't have minded if they closed out the show. I wouldn't have minded at all. Honestly,
Yeah, I don't think that's a
I
I don't think
I
that's a
I,
crazy
I
point
wouldn't
at
have
all.
I wouldn't have minded at all.
But you
Like
said something there that I wanted to talk about because that's kind of what um, a lot of people were feeling was that the show, or the outcomes of the matches were predictable. Where
Mm-hmm.
um, Rhea Ripley obviously wins this. Well, Rhea Ripley wins this match, and a lot of people felt like they saw it coming, which, to be honest, is hard not to. They dropped the titles literally the night before to
Mm-hmm.
Lash and Nia,
Irresistible
obviously to
forces.
set up uh Rhea winning the chamber the next night. Um Here's my thing. Do I think it was the wrong decision? No.
No. Mm-mm.
Uh Predictable, yes, you could see it coming, yes. But was it the wrong decision? No. I've gone the whole week prior to Elimination Chamber saying that some things don't need to be complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, sometimes you can just pull the trigger. Sometimes you can just pull the trigger on the target that is right in front of you.
Okay.
By this, I mean Rhea Ripley is probably, if you're looking at Jade Cargill, who's who looks like they should be standing across the ring from Jade Cargill at WrestleMania? Who would we want to see standing across from Jade Cargill at WrestleMania with the title on the line?
If it's not Bianca, it'd be Rhea.
It'd be Rhea. If some people may say Charlotte, but when Jade Cargill came to the WWE, the three matchups that instantly was made in everybody's head: Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair. We haven't been able to get it because Rhea's been on Raw and Jake Cargill's been on SmackDown. And Jake was doing the tag team thing for a while Rhea was champion, and then Rhea was doing the tag team thing while Jade was champ. Now is the perfect time to do it at Mania, at the biggest stage. We've seen Rhea go into championship matches at Mania before, so obviously we trust her. We obviously see what she can do.
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody can get the most out of Jade Cargill in this spotlight, is Rhea Ripley. It's the biggest match you can make. So was it predictable? Was it obvious? Yes. But was it the right decision? I think so.
I mean, when I feel like it wouldn't have been predictable if they didn't drop the titles the night before, but they dropped the titles the night before, and I instantly knew, yep, she's going to win. But like once again, you can't make it overly complicated. Like, bro, when she comes out, as soon as her "This is my," the crowd goes ape shit. The whole arena shakes just based off of her entrance. Like her pop, it has to be the one of the most consistent pops in WWE because that's how over she is. So yes, like that, like that's the match you make. If you want strength and you know strength and attributes and all that, the person to go against Jade is Rhea. Like it's very it meshes. It meshes with them.
Yeah, like Rhea's gonna sell for her and make her look good, and Rhea's a star, so she looks great regardless. Since we're on the topic of it, since we know now this is the match, does Rhea Ripley beat Jade Cargill for the championship? Or does Jade Cargill continue her reign through Mania?
Mm, good question.
Like, we've been building Jade Cargill up as this bully in the women's division. This may be controversial, but in my opinion, I think Jade Cargill needs this win more.
I I'm not going to say I don't agree with you, but I just feel like Rhea is gonna run away with this one.
Here's why I say Jade Cargill needs it more. Who has Jade Cargill beat since becoming champ?
Jordan Grace, um, Meacham.
That's it, bro.
Did she fight Alexa or maybe Julia? Did she? I don't know. Just those maybe those two. Can't really. I can't. That's also another thing. Can't really remember her. She doesn't really have matches like that, so can't. Her championship reign isn't.
She doesn't
So
have
you.
matches like that because there's no one on the SmackDown division worth putting her in matches against.
So okay, so you have her win, and then what else after that? What do you do from a creative standpoint? Like, what do you do? Because after that, the only person that can probably match up with her is maybe Charlotte, or I mean, you got last
Yeah,
match and you got Nia, but
mm,
they tag team champions. So like,
I'll say after that you got Charlotte, and then while you're doing that, you try to find someone else. Hopefully Bianca's back. Maybe you can bring over Io. Something. But at Mania, who needs this win?
Jay needs to win, but I think WWE would be better with Rhea winning. I think they'll be
Better
better off with Rhea
how?
whipping, creative wise.
Well, so Rhea wins. Then what? Then where does she go?
In any direction you can have her go. In on all honesty, like you have the ability. You have a new champion. You feel me? You have fresh new matches you can do. You have at least 5 to 6 matches, championship matches that you can do within the next 7 to 8 months. You have like multiple storylines. You can't do that with Jade still being champion after she beats Rhea. Like you said, you maybe got at most two at max, two storylines at max that'll pose some type of threat.
What are the stories though?
Okay, man. So for what? For Rhea or Jade?
Rhea.
Rhea. Let's see. You can do. You got Julia. You can do Julia if you wanted to. You got Jordan Grace. You got shoot, you got Kiana James if you really want to go down that path. Like, you feel me? Who else over there? Trying to think. You can even do the Alexa Bliss if you really wanted to. You can if you want to do Charlotte again, you can do Charlotte. Like, I'm pretty sure if Rhea beats Jay gets a rematch. You can do that. So you have storyline. Jade's not losing to Alexa Bliss. Jay's not losing to Julia. Well, no. It depends where Julia is. It depends how she's built up.
Rhea's not losing to any of them either, though.
No, but it won't be as dominant as Jade. You go into match and be like, why the hell? What like?
I mean, it's not a bad thing to have a dominant champion. Like, it's kind
No,
of what your
absolutely not.
champion. You want a champion. I don't want to say it's always a good thing, but it's not entirely a bad thing to have a dominant champion, because if you look at Jade Cargill, you would expect her to do what?
Dominate. Absolutely.
So I feel like when there is time for her to meet somebody that's on her level, then you can do the back and forth thing. But until then, if you're not on her level, then hey,
Shoot, even Rhea and Tiffany. You have plenty of options. With Jade, you got Charlotte. Whenever Bianca's cleared, can't really get. You only got two storylines. Really one. So yes, Jade needs this win to really solidify her championship run, but it would be better creative wise for Rhea to win.
next match on the card, AJ
AJ,
Lee versus Becky Lynch.
I'm sorry, AJ Styles versus Becky Lynch.
AJ Styles, as reported by Michael Cole. And I'll give him some credit though. It's going to take him some time to get used to that because we've had AJ for so long, AJ Styles for so long, and now we're not going to have AJ Styles, but we're going to have AJ Lee. Michael Cole's like 50, so I'm gonna give him a pass on that one. I will not give the ring announcer a pass for calling Javon Evans Javon Williams.
That's crazy.
You do not get a pass for that, sir. But
No.
yeah, Becky Lynch, AJ Lee. AJ Lee wins. She's the new Intercontinental Champion. I'm just glad they did it now. They did it at Chamber in Chicago instead of waiting to try to do it at Mania and kind of just killing the steam of what they have and dragging it out even longer than they already kind of had.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not mad at it. I'm interested to see what AJ Lee can do with the belt in terms of like opponents and people she just hasn't faced since she's been back. Like I'm interested to see AJ Lee versus Io Sky.
Hey, it's so many matches I would love to see with AJ.
AJ Lee versus Natty now. AJ Lee versus
can we do AJ versus Alexa Bliss? Crazy versus
maybe
crazy.
That you could do AJ Lee versus Lyra. Just so many young, like new faces that she's never got the chance to work with. Like AJ Lee's never got the chance to work with Bayley.
No, she loves Bayley.
So like, it's definitely something I'm looking forward to. I hope the reign is good. I'm not here to shit on it. I will give Becky Lynch all the credit in the world for making the Women's Intercontinental Championship mean something. Over the course of her runs with it, but yeah.
Yeah, man, that match, that was one of those matches I was like, this is a great back and forth. Like, you feel me? Becky had her moments, AJ had her moments. I mean, once again, we already, it was predictable. We already know who's gonna win. But this was one of those matches where it was just like, yeah, this was a great back and forth. Great storytelling about both women.
I would have liked to see AJ Lee get the win clean over Becky because she's already beat her clean twice. So I felt like she could have beat her clean. Maybe like the ref bomb and then her hitting the turnbuckle was a little forced to get the same message home, in my opinion. But other than that, I didn't think the match was bad. The match was okay.
Like I said, it was predictable, you know, because it made no sense to wait for WrestleMania. Like, do it now, do it in Chicago. If you want to run it back in Mania, I personally wouldn't run it back in Mania. I feel like she's tapped her out 3 times. Makes no point in her do unless there's like a multi women ladder match, like for the championship. Like, you know, like I wouldn't run it back just them by themselves. I like this match. Always love to see AJ wrestle, but I also love to see Becky work and like sell. Um, when she Becky is literally like in my eyes, I think top 3 greatest women wrestlers of all time. Like, so whenever you have her in the ring, you already know it's gonna be good.
I don't know how active she will be in terms of like matches and defenses. I would hope that she would kind of be semi-active if they're going to put the championship on her, but
I agree.
we'll see.
I agree, man. You feel me? But hey, AJ Lee walks out your new intercontinental champion. You feel me? In her adopted hometown of Chicago. But when we talk about the hometown kid, the one born and raised in the Windy City, the one that came out with the Michael Jordan Bulls intro. I thought that was fire.
Super dope. Super dope.
That was fire. You feel me? None other than Phil Brooks, CM Punk, taking on Finn Balor for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Um, how you feel about this match, man?
They said something on commentary about this being Punk's first match, WWE match, in the United Center. I thought this match picked up at the end. I liked the pace towards the end of the match. For all the people saying that Finn Balor should have won, and it made me Finn Balor fans. It's CM Punk. He's in Chicago for the first time since he came back. If Finn Balor was going to win, he would have won in Ireland. Like, for all the Balor fans that may be mad, just be real with yourself. If he was going to win, he was going to win in Ireland.
I agree.
CM Punk in Chicago, it just wasn't. It wasn't happening. Once they called this the him versus Roman Reigns the greatest WrestleMania main event or the biggest, he wasn't losing.
No, of course not. No, you're literally throwing money in the garbage. Like WWE's already doing that, but you're throwing more money in the garbage now with CM Punk losing in Chicago before the, like you said, the biggest or greatest main event.
I disagree with that sentiment, by the way, but just the build of it. Once WWE builds something that high, they're setting in
Not coming
stone.
down. It's like you could pretty much start printing out shirts the day after. Like you could have Roman versus Punk shirts as soon as Roman announces that he's facing Punk. Like it's that solidified. Now the one thing I will say is you can always add to the match to make it, bigger, but it's with this sentiment already going around of this being the greatest WrestleMania match or the biggest WrestleMania match, you don't want to touch it.
And we saw the
You don't
triple
want to
threat
touch it.
last year. There was no way they were going to do another one.
No, no, I don't see that. Like this is your night two. This is your end all be all. This match is your reset match. This match determines what the next season of WWE is going to look like. And it makes sense to have those two stars be in that match because it changes the course. Like how whoever wins, you pretty much, I don't want to say know what's next, but like you have a good idea of what the next season of WWE is going to be. So,
Who wins it?
mm, you know me, that's my tribal chief. That's my number one. That's my number two guy of all time. I acknowledge my tribal chief. Never go against Roman Reigns at all. And I firmly say that the winner of night two main event, WrestleMania, Roman Reigns CM Punk, will absolutely be CM Punk.
I agree. And not even on CM Punk bias, because honestly, I do think he should lose the title soon.
Hmm.
I think he'll get past. He should get past Mania with Roman. But I do think Braun Breaker is probably where you want to go as world champion past Mania. But as far as CM Punk and Roman Reigns goes, I just don't see Roman being on the shows as champ. And that's really what is making me go CM Punk here. Because at least CM Punk is on the shows. Like, yeah, he's on the tail end of his career. Yeah, we want to see some of the new guys take over, but you can't discredit the work that CM Punk puts in as world champion. Like, doing all the media, like, just being the guy. CM Punk is really good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Roman is going to be in the guy too, but I would want to see my champion every week, even if he's not wrestling every week. And I don't know if we can get that from Roman Reigns, or we can expect that from Roman Reigns at this point in time. So that's why I'm going CM Punk through Mania.
Yeah, all those reasons I pretty much agree with you. I just think Roman Reigns is, I don't he's very highly obligated in other areas of his life, and I feel like he's done enough. Like, granted, you can always do more in professional wrestling, but I think Roman Reigns has done more than enough. And I think he has already had a Hall of Fame career. I think, he is he's there for the big matches. He's there to help grow the revenue of the company. Um, and I feel like that should be his purpose. Is his purpose. Like, I know he said in an interview, like, he wants to, do more roles and be in more do more things in Hollywood. So I feel like this is it. He's coming up on his like last year or so, or like, I don't know if his contract is done at the end of WrestleMania. I don't know, what's going on. I do know, like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't have much time left. Um, and that's not a bad thing. Like, you've been wrestling for years. Like, if you I feel like you did it. Like, you're
So
good.
you think he's near retirement?
I think so. I think so. I think I think he goes and can, he does what his cousin does. I think he goes into Hollywood. Not saying that he can't have those one or two offs, matches where he comes in, does a match, and then, like, I don't think that's fully out the realm, but I think retirement is definitely looming for Roman Reigns.
I'm personally wasn't getting like a gist of retirement from Roman Reigns, but retirement comes at different ages or different times for everybody in everybody's career. Like, Rock run was only 6 years, right? Like, compared to someone like an AJ Styles, who we just talked about, who went for 30, or a John Cena who went for 25, or it comes different at different times for different people based on the opportunities that they got going on at the time. Roman Reigns is obviously a guy who is fond of the movie roles and Hollywood. Like, he fits it. He has all of the charisma to do that and be successful at it. If he really wants to take it as serious as he says, I could definitely see him wanting to uh, wind down the number of shows and dates and matches he's doing to focus on that path.
Yeah, I agree. So, we got CM Punk, man. CM Punk wants that WrestleMania. Still your World Heavyweight Champion. So, but hey, we got one main event solidified. Let's go over to potentially, I mean, and practically the next main event. So we have the men's elimination chamber. But before that, I don't know if you guys have been watching the weekly shows, but there's been a mysterious crate going around. First to Adam Pearce and then Nick Aldis and then Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis. They said we're gonna open it together. Right. So obviously we have so many
The
speculations. Like,
fucking mystery crate.
could it be Jericho? Could it be somebody who's been injured? Could it be Brock Lesnar? Who knows? Right. Last week I said the streets were saying that it was Danhausen. Right. Obviously, I'm not really familiar with Danhausen. So I was like, but the streets were saying, IWC, everything is obviously spoiled. Like everything gets leaked. So before the match comes, we get the mystery crate. They open it. We get a casket. Casket is pushed open. We see a bunch of dancers come out, and we hear the music, see the Titantron, and it's Danhausen. Right. I don't know if the man ate babies, if he punched old women. But the booze in the United Center for Danhausen was crazy. How'd you feel about? Cause I mean you watch AW, so I'm pretty sure you're familiar with Danhausen. How
Yeah,
was
I know Danhausen from his work and AEW, and I don't have a problem with Danhausen, and this is gonna come off like I don't like the guy. I just think that the WWE set this man up for failure. You bring this man to Chicago, one of the more vocal crowds, wrestling crowds there is. They're going to tell you when they like something. They're going to tell you when they don't like something. And you give it all this hype and pomp and circumstance, a big crate this on both shows. Who is it? Who is the mystery guy? Just for it to be Danhausen, somebody who, if you don't watch AEW, you don't know who he is. If you do watch AEW or you just started, you haven't seen him in years. I just feel like to carve out this segment in this PLE for the debut just was unnecessary. They could have did this on SmackDown. They could have did this on Raw. They could have did it on NXT. And it probably would have went over better because I don't think nobody's mad to see Danhausen. I just think in that position you put him in,
wasn't needed?
no one cared. Unless you were going to bring in a real heavy hitter, you unveiling what you're probably going to use as a mid-carder, if even that. Because
Mm-hmm.
Danhausen doesn't wrestle that often, or at least didn't when I saw him. He was more of a gimmick guy.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how they utilize Danhausen because he's kind of an R-Truth like character, but they still have an R-Truth. They have a Tozawa. They even have Kit Wilson now.
Mm-hmm.
Where Danhausen fits in the scheme of these things, I don't know. But obviously, uh, somebody or some people in WWE felt highly about him enough to bring him in. So
Mm. Okay. I don't know.
Hey,
We'll see how they use them.
shout out to Danhausen,
Yeah,
I guess.
but we're going to the main event, man. Men's elimination chamber. We have Trick Williams, Logan Paul, L.A. Knight, Randy Orton, Javon Evans, and Cody Rhodes. Now, before we get into that, you'll probably ask yourself, how the hell did Logan Paul get into
Yeah, I was
this
about to
match? Where's
say
Jey
you might
Uso?
be surprised to hear the name Logan Paul.
Well, let's go through a little timeline, right? Cool. So obviously you have Monday, you have Jey Uso versus the OG El Grande Americano versus Bronson Reed. Now, towards the tail end of the match, well, until like the middle tail end, um, Bronson Reed tore his bicep
Trying to break up a
and
pin.
by the break of a pin and could not finish the match. So we have Jey Uso versus OG El Grande Americano. So who wins that match? Jey Uso. All right. Of course, we
Obviously,
all
wasn't
know
supposed to win, but
was not supposed to win. It was supposed to be Bronson Reed, right? Cool. We move over to SmackDown. Before the show even starts, Jey Uso is laid out on the ground. I'm talking about that buddy. That brother is gone. He is out of there. He not moving. Somebody took him out. They put him on a stretcher. He's done. Now, the Vision and Paul Heyman being the opportunists that they are, said, "Yo, we here to put Logan Paul in the match, right? You got a spot open. Let's do Logan Paul, right? Cool." Jacob Fatu tells Aldis, "Yo, put me in the match. I want Drew." Cool. Nick Aldis says Logan Paul versus Jacob Fatu. Winner gets the spot in the Elimination Chamber. Perfect. We have the match. It's looking like Jacob Fatu is going to win, but of course, Drew McIntyre interferes, hits Jacob Fatu with the championship. Logan Paul wins. Henceforth, Logan Paul's in the Elimination Chamber. Thank you for the synopsis,
yeah,
because
thank you for that run back. Thank you for that run back. So
you
yeah,
good,
that's
man.
why Logan Paul is in the Elimination Chamber. For those of you who was like, "Oh, did I miss something?" If you didn't watch SmackDown, yeah, that's what happened.
That's what happened. So, of course, we start out the match with Javon Williams, the ring announcer, crazy. Uh, Javon Evans and Cody Rhodes, they going at it, boom. And then who comes out the pod next? It's Trick Willie, who
Hey,
that man's a
yeah,
star.
hey,
That
the entrance for Trip Williams, man. I saw some fan cam angles, and he's over. He's super over with the crowd right now. Keep him a heel and let him pop his shit.
hmm
The fans will continue to love him. It's hard to be a bad guy, but he'll still find his ways to get his heat if you do it right.
exactly. Listen, the match pretty much progresses with everybody coming in and
Yeah,
getting to work.
no one, no,
My what
everybody comes out the pods before I think anybody is eliminated.
and that gets eliminated, which is different from the women, because we had like two eliminations before all the women came out the pot.
Yeah,
Um, but with the men,
the
everybody comes out.
the first three eliminations are Logan Paul, right? Logan Paul gets the
Logan
first
Paul,
three,
yes, he gets the first three. He
which
gets
yeah, we got to talk about that.
Javon Evans, he gets uh
LA
LA
Knight.
Knight, and he gets Trick Williams. He gets him out of there.
Obviously, because this spot was supposed to go to Bronson Reed, who was supposed to take out and basically clear most of the match himself. They decided to do it with Logan Paul in a different way when he was kind of sneaking the pins.
He took advantage, and he started to, take them out one by one. But there's something happened after he eliminated Trick Williams. Trick got hit with the was it crossroads. He got hit with the crossroads. Um, and we hear the crowd just going crazy. We see a masked man start climbing up the chamber. Now Friday, There was a masked man that got unmasked, right? Got unmasked. We was like, who the hell is this? We don't know who this man is, right? Later, of course, IWC doing their digging found out that the man is a part of Seth Rollins wrestling school. So it was like, oh, okay, all right, there's some little correlation, right? Cool. Masked man comes last night. Tries to climb the chamber. They get him off, get him out of here. Pierce is like, "Who the hell are you?" Takes his mask off. Who is this man? We don't know who this man is, right? While all this was happening, chamber door was still open. We get a slow walk from another masked man. Looks, walks up the stairs, right? Walks into the chamber with this very calm, just calm demeanor. Goes in, super kicks Logan Paul. Looks at him, hits him with the stone. Now, if there's anybody that knows a super kick and a stomp and the way he did it, that's of course my good brother over here, Justyn, right? Cody's in the ring, he's looking at the masked man, comes out the rope, takes his hoodie down, takes his mask off, and lo and behold, it is none other than the architect, Seth freaking Rollins.
At this point, we might as well call my boy Super Seth. Cena's gone, so we might as well just start calling him Super Seth. The man heals at a rate that normal men don't heal.
I'm telling you, bro,
He's not
it's crazy.
normal. Seth Rollins is him. I
Him,
keep trying to tell
literally.
y'all that he's literally him. Shout out to Carmelo Hayes. Not him, but him.
It's crazy how, like, how that man's body is able to just regenerate in
It's
like
that
speed
CrossFit,
time.
man. It got to be
Like
that CrossFit, man. But
it's crazy.
I'm just happy to see my boy back, man. So happy to see Seth back. The reaction was huge when he took the mask off. Uh, Obviously, this whole mask man thing uh, over the past like month has all been leading to this moment. And yeah, like you said, I could tell from the super kick, I could tell from the stop, I knew
Hmm. Hmm.
that it
Now,
was Seth Rollins. I don't know if that sounded kind of crazy. I knew it was
listen,
who
that's
it
your boy.
was
Listen, that Seth Rollins is your guy. Just
with
like
a
Roman Reigns
mask
is
and a
my
hoodie
guy.
on.
Seth Rollins is your guy. You feel me? Um, but my theory about this and like this, and we'll move on. But I feel like Austin Theory, I think he was a plant. I still think he is a plant for the whole like this was several on this plan from the beginning. Plant the seeds to destroy internally. And I feel like Austin Theory is that plant, which we may not find out until either Bronson Reed or Braun Breaker is able to come back. But I feel like he is that plant.
Well, I saw
Is my
that Bronson just got out of surgery today. So if you look at the timeline for a bicep tear, it's like uh, it's like 3 to 6 months.
hmm
Um, if he just had surgery, I'll say we probably be
yeah.
seeing Bronson Reed back by SummerSlam.
hmm
Uh,
Yeah.
but I think Braun Breaker can be back probably in the next 2 weeks, 2 3 weeks
Possibly.
maybe.
Yeah. But obviously, after the super kick and stomp, uh Cody Rhodes eliminates Logan Paul, and now we're down to three. We're down to LA. No, I mean we're down to two now.
Yeah,
It's Cody Rhodes and it's Randy Orton, right? Student versus teacher, mentor versus mentee, Viper versus Nightmare, and we can't even get a real fight because after Logan Paul is eliminated, We got Drew running down and hitting Cody in the back of the head with the championship. Right. He's obviously going at Cody. Randy is getting in the ring now. He sees everything. Randy turns Drew around, hits Drew with an RKO. Right. Cody hits Drew with a crossroads. And right after Cody hits Drew with the crossroads, with no hesitation, Randy Orton hits Cody Rhodes with the RKO, pins him. Randy Orton's going to WrestleMania. If that is not a hell of a chain of events, but the one thing that, if we remember the long term storytelling, Randy hesitated. Randy didn't hesitate this time. He said, "I'm going to take my opportunity," and he took that opportunity, and he striked
Yeah.
immediately.
I'm glad they did it this way. I definitely don't think there's no world where, okay, Cody got caught Randy slipping once, shouldn't be twice. It should
Agreed.
never be a situation where Cody Rhodes catches Randy Orton slipping twice.
Mm-mm.
Um, and Randy kind of beat him to the punch here. So I liked how they did it. I'm not mad at Randy winning. Uh, I don't think this is the finalized main event, even though they're making it seem like it
I don't
is.
think so either. I don't think so either.
Uh,
Mm-mm.
and especially now that after the match, because of Drew's interference, Nick Aldis has announced that it will be Cody versus Drew on SmackDown for the WWE Championship here. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
which I even think that won't come to a finalization because you still got Jacob Fatu stemming from getting screwed over by Drew once again in his triple threat in his qualifier match against Logan Paul.
Fatal four way.
It's definitely looking closer to a fatal four way, in which I would like to see Jacob win it here.
Think so?
I would like to see Jacob win it here. Do I think they will? No, I think that it's more likely that like Randy could win and win number 15,
Mm-hmm.
but I would like to see Jacob Fatu get to win the title at Mania. I feel like that would be dope. Something we talk about unexpected, it would be unexpected.
On I really want Randy to win. Honestly, I want him to get number 15. I think once he gets 15, he's good. I think he got 15. He, has his championship run for a bit. I would love for Randy to win. Honestly, I think this is the perfect time to do it.
Yeah.
Perfect time to do it. You feel me? Um, but hey, we'll see what happens Friday. Maybe we could get a new champion. Maybe we can not get a new champion. Maybe we can get an all-out brawl, and maybe we get a fatal four-way for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. That would be a hell of a match. Yeah, that's gonna be some stuff. Um,
Wrapping up the Elimination Chamber though, if you had to give it a grade, uh, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you
I
give
got.
Elimination Chamber? I felt
I'll
like you
bring it.
already said it. You said 9.
Yeah. I bring it down to an eight. Eight is solid for me.
What made you bring it down?
Um, because I feel like a nine. Not saying that it couldn't get to a nine. Like it has all the potential to be a nine, but I just feel like a nine meant that from start to finish, I was like, even with like promos and all the segments, I was there. But
Yeah, I was about to say like
I'm gonna bring it down to eight because of Dan.
I like 9. When I heard you say 9, I was like, whoa, because a
Yeah,
9 is
I'll
like
bring it
damn
down to
near
an eight.
flawless, and I don't think this show was flawless at all.
No, no, but matches were
However,
beautiful. I love the matches.
yeah, I don't think this match. I don't think it was flawless. I do think there were things uh, that could have been done better. I wish Punk in battle would have started with the pace, with a little bit higher pace earlier.
Hmm.
I wish we could have seen a little bit more Javon Evans. If I'm gonna rate the show, I'm gonna give the show I'll give the show a 7. I think all of the finishes made sense. I think the Danhausen thing was not needed at all on this show, but yeah, I don't think the show is terrible. I'll give it about a 7.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. You know. Um, listen, that wraps up our elimination chamber recap. Uh, if there's anything you guys felt about the show, um, what would you guys rate it? Definitely let us know. We want to hear your feedback on that. Um, but obviously before we go into everybody's favorite segment, we got any AEW news?
So, for AEW, I thought the Hangman Max segment was gold. With Max trying to cheat his way out of the Texas Death Match by acting like he wanted to do a coin toss. If Hangman won the coin toss, it would be Texas Death. If MJF won, it'd be what he called a one-way no disqualification match where only Hangman could be disqualified and MJF couldn't. Uh, MJF uses his own quarter, flips the quarter, and lands on heads, which is what he picked. MJF tries to basically hustle Hangman and get out of there, but he's stopped by Jet Speed and Brodito, and Hangman basically says like, "Hey, bro, I I was born another day, but it wasn't yesterday," and basically catches MJF using a double-sided coin. Just thought it was well done. Tony Khan makes the match Texas Death anyway, but I definitely like the way they did that.
When's the next pay-per-view?
Revolution, I think, is this weekend coming up.
Okay. All right. Cool. 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 I'll I made that commitment. I'll at least watch the pay-per-views with you. Weekly shows, oof, brother. I try, but I can at least do pay-per-views. I can do pay-per-views. Yes, but before we leave, y'all already know what time it is, man. Y'all know what time it is. We can never leave without doing it, man. It is hot spots of the week. You feel me? This is where we pick our favorite moments in wrestling, and we just give them a shout out, man. Put them on spotlight. So, I'll go first today. Why not? Feel me? So my hot spots of the week. First one goes to the irresistible forces, Nia Jackson, Lash Legend. Hallelujah. Two beautiful women. Shout out to them for winning the tag team championships, the women tag team championships, beating Rio. You feel me? Listen, if you are a listener of this pod, you know we have been calling for them to win the titles, and they finally did it. Shout out to the irresistible forces, man. They finna be on a run. I'm talking about I see them at least going a year and a half with the titles. Just saying, y'all gonna have to make some tag teams up for them to beat. Um, Shout out to them. That's the first hot spot. Second hot spot goes to Kiana James. Now listen, I know a lot of people was like, no way she beat Charlotte in uh I forget in Lash, or I think it was Lash. Um no way she beat them. I forget who she was, it Charlotte and who?
Naya.
Naya. No way she beat Charlotte and Naya. But Kiana James been putting in work, man. I think she bust her ass in this chamber. I think she did amazing. She had her cues there. She had her marks. She had her time to really show like, yo, you feel me? She's gonna be a problem coming up. You feel me? Like give her some time. She's gonna be one of those ones where you be like, okay, all right, she putting in work. You feel me? So I gotta shout out Kiana James. Third hot spot has to go to my boy Javon Williams. It's like, I'm sorry, I don't get over that, bro. I'm just not gonna get over that. Javon Evans, man. Shout out Javon Evans, the young OG. You feel
That
me?
shit was crazy.
The youngest person in the chamber, like 21 years old. You feel me? He's putting on for the youngest, man. He's putting on for the young OGs out there. Every time he's in the ring, he's just constant entertainment. Like you never want to blink when you see Javon Evans on your screen. And I just want to shout him out, like just for him to keep going, man. Like he's definitely gonna be like one of those wrestlers where you're just like, what can't this man do in the ring, especially in the ring? Like it's gonna be crazy. So shout out Javon, man. Shout out to Javon, Kiana, and of course the Irresistible Forces for making my hot spots of the week.
As for me, my hot spots of the week, firstly, is going to go to Kyrie Sane versus Tiffany Stratton, and mainly just for Chelsea Green on commentary. It's not even the match. It's really just Chelsea Green. Uh, she was on commentary. She's injured right now, not wrestling. But even when injured, she still shows you why she's one of the best women on the roster, Michael Hayes. It just the little things. She's so is quick with it. I loved having her on commentary. It's the only thing that made me pay attention to Kyrie Sane for Tiffany Stratton, to be honest. And the match wasn't half bad. Tiffany added some moves in her move set, and she looks really good right now. My second hot spot would have to go to Gunther. I felt Gunther opening up the AJ Styles tribute show, interrupting Corey Graves that he was getting ready to talk about AJ, and just I felt like that was a good touch, a good way to remind people like, yeah, this night is about AJ Styles, but let's not forget why he's retiring in the first place because of me. I'm the guy that did that. And my third hot spot of the week will go to Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan made her pick her from winning the Royal Rumble. So she chose who she will face at WrestleMania, and she chose Stephanie Valkyrie. The segment wasn't super crazy. I just liked how Liv went about announcing who she picked, responded to everything Stephanie had to say about her the week prior, and then switched her attention to Jade, like she was going to pick Jade just to turn back, hit Stephanie with the microphone, and basically say, like, I choose. So, yeah, those are my three hot spots of the week.
Listen, let us know. If y'all got any hot spots, your favorite moments, the spots of the week, let us know. We greatly appreciate it. But unfortunately, I know y'all want us to keep talking, but we got to wrap it up, man. This wraps up episode 30 of the Hot Tag Podcast. All right. Now, listen, make sure you follow us on all our socials, like, comment, subscribe, and follow us for more content. All right. We appreciate all the love and support. Without y'all, nothing is possible. As Justyn, I'm Rashaad, and always remember stay sharp, stay fresh, stay hot. Peace.